The Trophy Room. A short story by Dan McDowell. The Trophy Room of Len Harrows was a shrine to his glory days. Victory after victory and sport after sport. 30 years had come and gone quickly, but Len's love for nostalgia and his lifelong pursuit of fame left him gloating every chance he got. Plaques mounted, trophies encased in glass, medals hung along the walls, Player of the Year awards, yellowing newspaper articles. And now, having been a coach 20-plus years, he'd piled up another hallway in the school with countless awards for his teams on display in much the same way. The stereotypical jock that never outgrew his favorite uniform. Or at least, that's what he wanted people to think. A 28 to a 38-inch waist was hardly nothing. But considering his measly salary, compressed work schedule, and constant time on the bus headed to games, fast food was the norm. The Stallions arrived at the opposing school's gym and suited up. The lesser loser players of the team took the floor first, while Harrow's go-to player, Thomas West, sat on the sidelines, working on some new plays for them to try. There was indeed a math and a logic to a winning formula to the Geeks' plays. They'd scientifically calculated the right plays, and despite their own weaknesses as players, their unconventional methods proved to be valuable in winning games with offbeat shots and passes. The games were getting weirder, but the victories still counted. Eventually it would come back. It just might not be with him. And that part bothered him. He didn't want to move on or change. He liked the familiar, the place he'd been a star. And as he caught up with Thomas after another shaky victory, the new star smiled.
Well, guess we eked that one out.
Yeah,
the coach agreed. Later that week, he blew the whistle on the boys one final time and dismissed the afternoon basketball practice. As he did, he observed the sullen demeanor of his star, so he pulled Thomas West to the side.
What's rattling around in your brain, kid?
I want to know why all of you are such idiots voting so stupidly.
Give me 20.
Harrows yelled, leaning into West's face and blowing the whistle loudly, an angered face to follow. West dropped to the floor.
And since when do you think you can talk to your coach like that? I care a lot for this team, son.
I can just tell by the way you act,
West said, wrapping up his push-ups.
20 laps around the gym, pissant, he yelled.
West shook his head, short on breath.
And if I don't?
I'll flunk your sorry behind in history.
And lose district?
Hit the showers,
he yelled. Tired from the antics of the day and an altercation with West, Harrows took a big gulp of water and sat down at his desk, logging onto his school computer. An email flashed up on his screen. Subject line, win the championship, or else. As he opened the email, a webcam activated and started recording him as he read it aloud softly.
I want you to know that I mean business. The district championship is a start, but you've got to win state this year. Otherwise, I'll make sure you're fired and all your worst secrets are exposed. Disrespectfully, yours, Coach Likert.
Harrows slammed his fist on the desk.
Son of a... I'm gonna kill her.
The camera continued to run and then played back an audio excerpt of the screen recording and Harrows' reactions.
Son of a... I'm gonna kill her.
The screen then proceeded to go through automated prompts to send a reply back to the sender before Harrows could stop it. He cursed.
No,
he said, chunking a day planner across the room. Principal Ledgow knocked on the door and peeked in.
Is everything okay, Coach?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I got a little frustrated.
What's eating your shorts?
The principal said, taking a seat.
That assistant coach we let go?
Who? Likert?
Yeah, that's right.
Pulling on the old heartstrings, huh?
The principal asked, picking up a trophy from the desk and brushing the dust off.
I don't know.
Well, what is it, Coach? I can't help you if I don't know what's going on.
It's complicated,
Harrows said.
Well, I'm going to pull rank on you. Tell your boss what's going on.
She sent me an email threatening us, me and the boys, that we need to win district and then win state.
The principal smiled.
Sounds like a good way to light the fire. I mean, we kept you here after the... I'd love to see some more trophies in here. I mean, we've had some good years, but can you imagine a state championship? What that could do for the school and for all of us. The school board might give you a big raise if you can do something like that. And maybe me too.
Yeah, maybe so.
Well, what's holding us back this year, Coach? We're winning lots of games, aren't we?
It's been a good year. We'll win district, but state? That's another can of worms.
Why is that, Coach? You're the expert.
Tallest player is 5'11". I need some big guys.
Size isn't everything, Coach.
It sure helps.
I got to get going.
The principal said.
Keep pushing them for excellence. Things will fall into place.
He dismissed himself. Harrow's smartphone began lighting up, over and over, message after message. Likert was going ballistic, one word and one period at a time.
You are going to pay. If you don't make these boys winners, I hope it was worth it. XOXO Likert.
He picks up his phone and yells.
It was.
Likert sends a smiley face.
I like me an angry man.
He slams the phone down over and over until the screen cracks.
Problem solved.
He said, tossing the remnants of the phone in the trash. Driving home that night, he swore he was being followed. He veered off into the Walmart parking lot and went inside to pick up a new phone. A burner phone would be fine. Likert wouldn't track his number down that fast. Then it dawned on him he'd lost all his contacts and cursed his way through the store in frustration.
No one memorizes numbers anymore,
he muttered. He walked by the sporting goods and spotted West, working the late shift.
I didn't realize you were working here.
It's hard in season, but they're flexible with my hours. Just kind of let me come and go when I can.
And they put you by all the sports equipment, I see.
Oh, yeah. Where else would I want to be, Coach?
He said, a grin on his face.
Hey, I'm sorry, Thomas. I got a little wound up earlier, and I shouldn't have.
Don't worry about it, Coach. We're all human.
Harrows popped a stick of gum in his mouth.
You want one, kid?
Yeah, sure.
So, about that vote. I couldn't really talk about it at the school. Too many curious ears. What do you know, son?
He said, looking over both shoulders.
I know that the school board stiff-armed you into a decision. Steamrolled you.
Harrows nodded.
Fair enough. Why should you even care? School politics shouldn't be a big deal to students.
Coach, come on, open your eyes. Look at the team. I don't have to say it out loud.
Maybe you should.
Harrows said.
Put the theory out there in the open.
They voted to be inclusive of the nerds and geeks, to give them half the slots on the team.
Half the school board are parents of these same nerds and geeks, and they want to play. Well, kid, I got to get running.
Later, Coach.
Harrows drove home, his mind drifting to Likert, their relationship, the intimate moments, even the common love to win. And then there was the night that ruined it all. The perfect little love story coming to a halt months ago. Harrows sat in the boardroom. No other administrative staff in sight. The group of agitated board and assembly members chattered. Nothing short of bizarre came the proposal leading into the season.
You're gonna put the losers on the court. We're gonna drive the fans away, and we're gonna shut the program down once and for all. This school needs to focus on academics, not jock straps.
The board president shouted.
You know that's not fair,
Harrows said, fidgeting with his whistle in his shirt pocket.
The blood, the sweat, the tears. Many of us have shed for this school and its athletic programs.
The board all chimed in with their own inputs. The president continued.
We're your elected board officials, and we will steer things in the direction that is in the best interest of the school and its constituents.
According to you,
Harrows said, slamming his fist on the podium.
Life's not just a game, Coach.
The president said, jeering at him.
These kids need to learn.
They do learn, he yelled. Character, leadership, growth, exercise, teamwork. And they represent this dadgum community. And I'll be darned if I'm just going to let you walk all over these programs. I'm an athletic director. I stand for important things here. And what the heck do? You walk all over the people that stand up for stuff, threaten to do terrible things. I'm not going to put up with this crap, and I don't have to.
With the echoes of his own shouting ringing in his ears, he stormed out of the room and hurried toward his truck. swearing and yelling to himself angrily.
Stupid, stupid, stupid.
He was halfway to the highway when his adrenaline faded, and the realization of his full idiocy took hold. He slammed on the brakes, turned the truck around, and saw Likert driving off. She honked over and over as she sped out of the parking lot.
Hot-tempered woman,
He said, sighing. He picked up his phone to call her. She didn't answer. Harrows came back in the moment as he arrived in his driveway. He'd coached the losers and geeks into many victories, and despite Likert's termination from the school because of her own conflicts of interest and refusal to disclose her relationship, she clearly cared. He knew he'd gotten the favoritism, and it wasn't fair to her, but he had a team to coach, a job to do. It was just hard to pin down the why. Sure, he'd abused some power, made some bad choices, and would eventually face the music. But why she held all of this so close to the vest, he was still unsure. Thomas and Coach Harrows had a quick discussion following the team's latest victory. As the coach finished unloading the bus, Thomas helped him carry the Gatorade bucket in.
And I know they didn't really say anything about since we were on the away team's court, but we are the district champs, aren't we, Coach?
Yeah, you earned it, kid.
He said, patting him on the shoulder.
The team earned it. You should have given a little pep talk afterwards to rally the troops.
I don't know. Most of these kids, they don't want to play. They're just doing it because their parents are making them. I want to see the hunger to win.
I've got that, Coach.
I know, Thomas, and I appreciate it. But the piddly little teams in our district, they aren't worth much. The teams at state, that's the big leagues.
And that's why we have to win.
Thomas said.
Kid, I want to win, I really do. But it's going to take more than faith to run the table.
Coach, I know that. And I also know about you and Coach Likert. I hope it all worked out okay.
I don't know how to answer that. Keep praying, son,
The coach said.
because it's going to take a miracle to cure that problem.
A few weeks go by. They keep winning. And as Harrows continued to survive game after game, the team travels to the state capitol for the game of the century. The last time the school had gone to the state championship was when Harrows was a player his senior year, the only year they made it that far. As the bus pulled into the parking lot of the State University gym, Harrows looked back.
Guys, I've been conflicted on how to lead you this year, to coach you. Truth of it is, you're all winners, and I've messed up in seeing you as losers. This team is the first team in 30 years to come play this arena. The screens are bigger. There are 10 times the seats. The concessions cost more, but like that coach on Hoosiers, I'm just going to tell you, the court is the same size, the rims are the same height, and we are the same team, and I honestly didn't think we stood a chance. You've proved me wrong all year, and it's about time your coach jumps on the bandwagon. Go Stallions! Win or lose tonight, you will be winners in our community, and no matter the outcome, I'm proud of you. So let's get in there and give them our best, and we'll see what happens.
The team suited up and took the floor. The game played on. The crowd roared. The rival team racked up the points rapidly, while the Stallions struggled to keep afloat. They were certainly among the better teams, but to be state champions, that took something really special. As the fourth quarter wound down into the final minutes, his mind went back to his own championship run. The missed free throw, the coach yelling, and the sting of being second best. It came with a great trophy, but it wasn't the one he really wanted. Likert was probably somewhere in the stands, waiting to either pounce on him or kiss him into submission. Either way, it was all on the line, and the Stallions had narrowed the score to within 10 points. Victory was reachable, but still felt unlikely. And as the stars started to align, an injury to the other team's star player, a couple of botched free throws, a couple of lucky three-pointers, and all of a sudden, the game was tied with 30 seconds to go. It would be a Cinderella story, whether they won or lost. And then, 3 seconds in regulation, Thomas takes the free throw line, and as he's about to shoot, Harrow's greatest hits begin to play on the Jumbotron.
I'm going to kill her, that son of a... I'm not going to put up with this crap, and I don't have to.
Then, it flashed to Likert and Harrows, an affectionate moment. No video, just audio.
I love you,
He said.
and I love your passion for the sport.
Thomas looked over at Harrows and sighed. Then, he shot the ball. And as it swished through the net, the Stallions had done the unthinkable. The strangest, smallest, and most unlikely team to ever win a state championship. To finish the job that Harrows never could. Shocked and embarrassed, Harrows looked up to the announcer booth and spotted Likert in there, a gun in hand. She spoke into the intercom angrily.
I hope it was worth it, Coach.
Then the gun fired. 9 months later, the state championship trophy sat on the desk of Coach Steve Milton. A picture of Harrows and his unlikely group of champions on the court hanging on the wall. Then to its right, a quickly yellowing newspaper article chronicling the untimely death of Coach Len Harrows as his team's championship came center stage, and the unsightly demise of assistant coach Likert in the booth, having turned the gun on herself after the fact. The principal came in the office.
Well, Coach, we all know it was a weird season last year. Thankfully, for guys like you, it's just a game,
He said, patting the coach on the shoulder.
Today, we're digging into a really potent short story. It cuts right to the heart of obsession, high school sports, and, well, the cost of clinging too tightly to the past.
Exactly. We're focusing on Coach Len Harrows. His whole life seems crammed into this trophy room, this, shrine to a championship chase that's lasted 30 years.
Our mission here is to unpack that internal battle. He's fighting change tooth and nail.
He really is. His coaching is all about getting back to his youth, his glory days. But you can see the toll it's taking, physically even. Goes from a 28 to a 38-inch waist.
Oof. Fast food, tiny salary, stress levels.
Through the roof. Yeah, he's basically toxic nostalgia walking around.
But the irony is that the thing actually pushing him towards success is, well, it's the change he hates.
Right. This completely bizarre winning formula. The story talks about Thomas West, the star player.
The math whiz.
That's him. Using math and logic for these scientifically calculated, really offbeat plays. It's wild.
And this wasn't Harrow's idea, was it?
Yeah, not at all. It came from the school board. They mandated this inclusive approach. Half the team slots had to go to, quote, nerds and geeks.
So that's where the weird plays come from.
Exactly. It's this fascinating clash, isn't it? Old school gut coaching forced to work with, data-driven strategy. They win, but Harrows hates how they win. It's not his way.
Okay, so institutional pressure is already high. Then it gets personal, deadly, even.
Oh, yeah. The threat escalates massively with this email. From the ex-assistant coach, Likert.
She was fired earlier, right? Some kind of conflict of interest.
Undisclosed, yeah. Hints at a complicated personal history with Harrows. Her email basically says, win the state championship or I expose everything.
Wow, okay. And the way this plays out technologically is just chilling.
It really is. The email subject line, win the championship or else.
Yeah.
It somehow activates Harrows' webcam.
No way.
Yeah. And it records his immediate reaction. He just explodes, yells, I'm gonna kill her.
And the system sends that recording.
Automatically. Back to Ledyard, as a reply. His own rage basically seals his fate. It's self-destruction in real time.
It's hard to believe personal threats like that didn't trigger some immediate, institutional alarm bells. Was the principal just looking the other way?
It definitely paints a picture of institutional cynicism, the principal. He seems less worried about death threats or secrets.
And more about the potential glory.
Exactly. The raise, the fame, the prestige a state championship brings, that's the focus. Fame over ethics, basically.
Could Harrows ever push back against the board? Besides the coaching style?
He did. Over that inclusion mandate, he apparently gave this big speech about character, leadership, growth, then stormed out.
And realized,
as the story puts it, his idiocy, trying to talk ethics in a place that only cared about the win, about the PR.
So that brings us to the state championship game itself, 30 years in the making for Harrows.
And right before it all goes sideways, he has this moment, a shift.
What does he do?
He tells the team, the court's the same size anywhere, that he's proud of them, admits they proved him wrong all season long.
A moment of real connection, finally.
Genuine humanity.
Right.
Yeah. Just minutes before it all implodes.
Because the past isn't done with him.
Not even close. So the game's tied. Thomas West, the star player, he's at the free throw line. Huge pressure moment.
And then?
Then the Jumbotron lights up. But it's not replays. It's Harrow's recorded confession.
Oh, God. The threat.
First the threat, I'm gonna kill her. Ha, loud and clear. Then, immediately after, this intimate audio clip plays, I love you.
The whole arena sees and hears this.
The whole arena, his private rage and a complicated affection broadcast for everyone. Past and present just colliding in public.
But Wes makes the shot.
Wes sinks it, they win the championship, but that victory lasts maybe half a second.
Because Likert.
Likert's spotted, she's in the announcer booth, grabs the intercom, yells something like, "I hope it was worth it, coach."
And then the gunshot.
Fires at Harrows, then turns the gun on herself. Just horrific.
So the championship is won, but at this unbelievable cost.
And the legacy, the story points out, is just steeped in irony. 9 months later, that state trophy is sitting on the new coach's desk. Steve Milton.
And Harrows.
Harrows, a footnote. A yellowing newspaper clipping tucked away right next to the championship photo. The trophy endures. The institution's symbol of success. That's it.
It really synthesizes how ambition, when it's totally detached from any kind of ethics, just consumes people. Harrow's nostalgia, like Hercott's obsession.
Yeah.
It all just fueled the machine.
Yeah, and it brings us back to that chilling indifference from the administration, which leads to the final thought we wanted to leave you with. It's summed up by the principal's line to the new coach, Milton.
What does he say?
He says, "Well, coach, we all know it was a weird season last year. Thankfully, for guys like you, it's just a game."
Just a game. Wow.
Right. So the question for you to think about is, when success is measured only by that trophy, ignoring the human cost, the blackmail, the murder, the suicide, was any of it truly worth it? What's the real price of that win?